Welcome, Capricorn, to your November 12th through the 16th reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Okay, 12th through the 16th. Best message for the beautiful Capricorn. Feeling like you're in the waiting game, but that's okay. This is bringing on some kind of a deep awareness anyways. You have the purple going on over here with the intuition. So it's almost like your intuition is open. You have a deeper understanding of why you have to wait. I just, come on, guys, you know it. You're like, yep, this was something that, and I do feel it's because it's something that you are very inspired about doing and taking on some kind of new project or waiting for someone or something, right? I do feel like there was a time that you were a little more withdrawn within the situation, but I think now that you have a better understanding of why you're waiting, it doesn't allow you to have to withdraw so much, right? So now you can feel, yes, your intuition is sparking. So now you can just feel like you know what, I know what I'm doing and I know why I'm in the waiting game. It's because the new beginning is not ready yet. It has to have a conclusion before it can move forward. This is not concluded yet. Right? So whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's healing or, moving forward, starting a new project, everybody has their own story. But you know that this has to be concluded first. But the inspiration through the intuition is very good. And yes, the devil. There is something that's a little chaotic that needs to close first before you can move forward. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have any balance just yet between the 12th and the 16th, so you're definitely going to have to probably self-sacrifice something, and you probably know this. But it does say you're just not sure exactly what you want to self-sacrifice. I'm just not sure exactly. I'm not in the knowing. I have the understanding of the third eye, of the understanding of the intuition, but I haven't crowned yet enough to have the better understanding of the knowing. So not sure yet exactly what it is you must sacrifice with the Hangman card over here to get this really moving. What is it that I really truly need to do, to really bring this together? And it's because you're a little imbalanced within the situation. Look, we can be intuitive, we can have the understandings of what's going on around us, but sometimes we just don't understand what the next step is. And that's a big one, because then that one just kind of rides over your head like, gosh, I got this, but I just don't get it. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm staying away from the chaos. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Look, I'm traveling on the right path. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm going. There it is. I'm going places. I know that this can be a fresh new start. It's just waiting for that change to happen. It even feels like whatever repressed thoughts you even had about the situation, you've kind of let go of those situations, right? But you're saying it's not the perfect timing because I have to wait for the conclusion I have to wait for closure. And you could be waiting for closure for Aries. I just want you to know that. I have Aries now twice and a Sagittarius. And the crazy thing is that this is my Aries Sagittarius card. This is an Aries card. And this is a Sag card. So for somebody out there, you might be dealing with an Aries or a Sagittarius. You don't have to be. But definitely because you know that this is not the perfect timing to watch this ship come in just yet. Are you waiting for the traveler to come through? Are you waiting for them to travel back to you? Is there some kind of forgiveness that might need to be said? Is there some kind of guilt or resentment that they're holding on to, or that you might be holding on to, that, maybe that's what you have to get rid of? Because I'm kind of feeling that to get to the overall happiness within the situation, right? Somebody has to let go of something, but they have to have the realization that there is definitely some kind of chaos that is still being held on to. Whether it's you or them. Look, if you're waiting for them, they have to get through the resentments. They have to get rid of the guilt, right? Before you get the conclusion that you want. If it's you, then that's what you're, right? That's what you're looking for. So pretty much this here of what is it that I don't know really is someone's holding on to these feelings. And until they can actually reassure themselves that everything's going to be okay and really letting go of the situation, is that the major sacrifice that you need to take? Is letting go of resentment, guilt, saying everything's going to be okay, not allowing that to weigh you down. Do you, need to have better forgiveness for them, for yourself, something of this nature. Changing the ideas and the motivations towards the situation, which would be changing the energy to the situation altogether. So that would be the sacrifice that you could be holding on to. Look, you could have all the patience, all the passion, but if you're holding on to anything like this, or it's not going to allow the overall passion to actually take place. So that's what we're really waiting for. Yes, we're waiting for the truth to, kind of set itself free over here as it's leading the way towards the self-sacrifice. And could even be wearing rose-colored glasses. Maybe they are wearing rose-colored glasses. Somebody may even be dealing with a water sign. I have water now twice. But definitely have Aries more than anything. That is for a fact. That is for a fact. So I'm just going to say your person right now is Aries. Does not have to be. It's just that's more of the energy I'm picking up. They have a lot of Aries in their chart. Or Mars in their chart, right? But somebody may be wearing rose-colored glasses or feeling like whatever is going on around you is kind of more of a facade, then they're making it into something more fantasy. But it really just feels like it's the forgiveness thing. Because the reason that the facade and the fantasy and the rose-colored glasses would be there, my friends, is because if you think that you can hold on to this, or they can hold on to this with still having those negative feelings towards the situation. I don't care if it's at work, I don't care if it's love, it doesn't matter what it is. If they really have any kind of negative feelings towards you, or you towards them, it's never going to bring in the Four of Wands the way you want it to be. There's not going to be the overall passion, right? Because you're still holding on to something, right? Kind of, it's not healthy, because then later in life they can say, well, don't you remember when you did that? Well, when we love someone, we don't bring up the past like that, because that's holding on to negative tensions. We get past that. We could, have that happen. You can think that way, but you don't want to attack your partner. See, because then you have to become 100% the German Shepherd, and you can't have any wolf, right? Because then you become the attacker. So definite healing and understanding and finding the ultimate truth within the situation, once that's there and it's all forgiven, then there won't be any, breaking into conflict about the situation, because the situation is now dead. Yes, it brings over the overall. Now the cycle can change and the cycle can become a blessing. And this, it becomes healed, right? And now you don't have to worry about that, right? And you don't have to worry about going backwards within the situation, because you don't have any feelings towards that situation anymore. True healing means that we don't hold on to grudges. We don't hold on to the things that happened in the past. People are people. We have problems. It depends on the problem. If the problem is such a big problem, then you wouldn't be able to get back with the person to begin with. So using your intellect to end up finding the truth within the situation is it something that you can actually let go of, heal from, self-sacrifice the situation to say, that's fine, because I'm waiting for the rainbow blessings, because I love the person enough not to hold on to guilty feelings. We all mess up. It depends on how we're messing up. But if it's definitely something that they've messed up so bad that you can't forgive them for, then you probably shouldn't be with them, right? That wildfire coming out. But in serious, I mean, you have to think about those things, right? Or if they don't love me enough to be able to forgive me for something, then why are we together? Because you have to have a kind of, you definitely within a relationship have to have an unconditional love. Or what do I work here if you're always going to watch over my shoulder just because I made one mistake? There's no trust. Right? So the only way to actually fix the situation and get back to where you actually want it to be is to get past this rose-colored glasses facade. So, yeah. So if you want to make a compromise, then you can make a compromise about the situation. But you know what I say about compromises for those of you who've been here long enough. I'm not always big on a compromise. Unless there's a compromise to the situation to where we're actually sitting down together and we're actually having a real positive compromise. Otherwise, I don't like compromises because it makes obligations. Because then you're telling me what I can do and what I can't do. The compromise is, well, then I say, you can do this while I'm not here, right? So like for video games, for instance, right? I game. So you're going to tell me I can only video game when you're not here, when you're at work, and then when you're here, I can't video game? Stick it. I'll play video games when I want to. That's my Taurus side, right? But no, seriously. I probably would say that anyways. So, compromise is always usually one-sided. So unless you actually can find a compromise that's actually good for both parties, I don't really like compromise. It's exhausting. And it seems like only one person is really getting something that they really want out of the situation and the other person loses. It's a very hairy situation. So, once you figure out the situation, right, then it becomes justified. So you guys just have to find the justice this week to figure out how it's going to work. And, you know, the biggest communication that you can have is to actually have a compromise to where you feel like both people are getting what they need out of the situation. It's like agreeing. Because otherwise a compromise a lot of times is just agreeing to disagree. Yeah. So that is pretty much the reason why you're still in the waiting game at this time, my friends. That's why. So the biggest piece here is finding the truth within the situation and how is it really going to be fixed. Who needs to tie the loose ends up? You will figure it out this week because it'll be on your mind. Okay. And remember, friends, if this doesn't resonate with you, you can always watch your moon, Venus, or rising. Okay. Until next time, my friends, peace and love. Bye-bye.